Hi everyone, Carin Rockind here, aka Purpose Girl with a Purposeful Monday, all about that little thing that we all want, happiness. So I will tell you, when you are a happiness consultant and you go to a networking event or a cocktail party and you tell people, I have my master's degree in happiness, swarms of people surround you and they say, what is the secret? I want to be happier. I'm trying so many things to be happier in life. Please tell me. So I'm going to share with you right now what I believe is the secret to happiness. Here's how it goes. Forget happiness as you think it's supposed to be. So we all grew up either with, princess fairy tales, or we grew up in beautiful homes with parents who had certain rhythms about them, or we grew up understanding how to make money in the world. We grew up in a society, we all did. And we all had a picture of what happiness was supposed to be. And we've all based our level of contentment on that. And so, what I see more than anything is that when we say we want to be happier, it's because we have an unrealistic picture of what happy actually is. And what we haven't learned is how to actually be happy inside. So, I see so many of us who are chasing happiness, saying, when I just get that relationship, I'll be happier. When I just get that job, I'll be happier. When I just get a raise, I'll be happier. When I can just afford more, I will be happier. Believe me, I used to think the same thing. And yet anytime I had one of those things come true, I was no happier. So the number one key is I want us all to forget happiness as we think it is supposed to be. I call it F happiness. F happiness. And instead, I want you to remember what happiness actually feels like. So I want you to go to a moment right now, because happiness is not overall 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 50 or 100 years of your life. We experience happiness in moments. And what we want are more happy moments than unhappy moments. Because listen, you are sometimes going to be sad. You are sometimes going to be angry and pissed off. You are sometimes going to feel anxious. Okay? Those are part of our human nature. It's how the brain works to keep us surviving. What you want, though, are more moments of happiness. And I can tell you that the more you chase happiness and you think it is out there, the less happy you will be. So remember, A, forget happiness as you think it's supposed to be. B, now I want you to sit for a moment and feel what happiness is. I want you to remember a time this week, this month, this year, when you felt really happy. Maybe you were laughing with a bunch of friends. Maybe you were by yourself in nature. Maybe you felt really proud of yourself because you had just sat with a client and your words of wisdom, your experience, your services made them feel really good. They felt better about their life, or they received something that made their life better. And you felt really proud and humbled. That, my friends, that is happiness. So remember those moments, because what happiness actually feels like isn't that 24-hour-a-day elation that we think we're supposed to feel. Instead, what happiness feels like is being grounded. Happiness feels like being satisfied. Happiness feels like being grateful, right? And having a sense of gratitude in life. Happiness feels like being at peace with yourself. So I want you to ask yourself, when have I felt each of these things? And now I want you to follow those feelings and say, how can I have more of those moments in my life? If you feel at peace when you get 30 minutes to read a book, then I want you to schedule those 30 minutes in every single week, because you know that's when you feel at peace. If you feel really happy when you do something nice for a friend, then I want you to make an intentional effort that you will do either a random act of kindness for a stranger or something for a friend once a week. And that when you do it, you will elongate, you will savor that feeling. You will say, this feels so good, instead of just doing it and moving on to the next thing on your task list. We elongate the feelings. The more good feelings we have, we know it begins to change our brain chemistry, because positive emotions trigger a different part of our brain than negative emotions. It triggers our frontal lobe, the part that is responsible for higher level reasoning, for creativity, for building trust and bonds. And we can change our brain makeup. So what I want you to do, remember, number one, forget happiness as you think it is supposed to be. Stop chasing it. And number two, feel what happiness actually is. Remember those moments and then follow them and incorporate that into your daily life. Because that is how we experience more happiness than less, and how we have an overall sense of gratitude, fulfillment, and yes, joy in our life. So with that, I hope you have a happy week, that you remember those feelings, you follow them, you live purposefully, you love yourself, and you love life. Bye for now.